If he wants to correct
Rishi
that,
Sunak?
now's his chance to do it.
I'm very clear about where we'll answer. Well, do you know where these people come from?
No, he's not answering the question.
Do you know where they come
from?
You opposed it when I announced it. You literally opposed it.
If you listen to people in the audience across the country more often, you might not be quite so out of touch.
I understand why you're frustrated with our party, with me. I get it. But this is not a by-election. It's a choice with profound consequences for you and our country. And before you make that choice, think what a Labour government would mean. Can you afford to pay at least £2,000 more in tax? And why won't Keir Starmer be straight with you about what he wants to do?
If you want your NHS back, you have to vote for it. If you want a growing economy, you have to vote for it. If you want more police on our streets, more teachers in our schools, you have to vote for it. If you want to end 14 years of chaos and rebuild our country, then that power is in your hands.
After the recent allegations about political betting, how would you restore trust in politics? Rishi Sunak.
Well, Sue, I completely share your anger. I was as frustrated as you are furious when I learnt about these allegations. That's why, alongside the Gambling Commission, we initiated our own internal inquiries into what had happened, and as a result of that, have suspended 2 candidates. And I've been crystal clear, anyone who has broken the law, broken the rules, should not only face the full consequences of the law, I will ensure that they're booted out of the Conservative Party.
Keir Starmer.
Sue, thank you very much for your question, which I think is on a lot of people's minds, this question of respect and integrity in politics. And you have to lead from the front on issues like this. I think over the last 14 years, politics has become too much about self-entitlement and MPs thinking about what they can get for themselves. And one of the important choices, and the thing that I would like to do if I'm elected Prime Minister, is to reset politics so that politics returns to public service. In relation to these gambling allegations, the instinct of these people to think the first thing they should do is try to make money was the wrong instinct, and we have to change that. But it is also a question of leadership, because this isn't just what's happened this week, last week in the Gambling Commission. We saw Partygate earlier in this Parliament. The Prime Minister himself was convicted and fined for breaking the rules which he brought in and imposed on everybody else.
Keir Starmer talks about leadership in politics. That's what Sue's question was at, was a broad question about how to do that. I also think leadership means being straight with people. It means having the courage of your convictions, not changing your mind on every single position that you've taken, and being upfront about what you want to do for the country. That's not what Keir Starmer is doing. He's not being honest with everyone about his plans to raise their taxes.
And he talks about integrity. I'm sorry, when you get convicted for breaking the COVID rules, which you imposed on the rest of the country, you really shouldn't be talking about integrity in politics.
Will the welfare bill,
the Prime Minister says he's going to do all these things. They've been in power for 14 years. Why has he only just thought of this with a week to go before the general election?
You want to be in charge, but you've got nothing to say to people about what you would do about it. This election is about the future. We will cut the welfare bill, the growth in the welfare bill. It is unsustainable. We spend too much on it. I set out a plan to do so. Labour oppose all of it. So the choice for you is simple. If you want higher taxes and higher welfare, that's what Keir Starmer will do. If you want lower taxes and lower welfare, that's what I will do. Do not surrender to our welfare system to the Labour Party and Keir Starmer.
Good evening, all. We're an island. Why can't we easily close our borders?
Steve, the biggest threat to our borders at the moment is the very many people arriving by small boat over the Channel. And there are record numbers. Since Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister, 50,000 people have come across by small boat. And the government has effectively lost control of our borders. And that means it's not just a border security issue, it's actually a national security issue.
We have made progress. The numbers have come down over the past 12 months compared to the 12 months before. But in order to fully solve this problem, you need a deterrent. We need to make it crystal clear to people that if they come to our country illegally, they won't be able to stay.
What I'm now asking for is the opportunity to change our country for the better, because we've had 14 pretty awful years.
Yes, there will be change. It won't be change you like. It will be change when your taxes are going up, when we've become the soft touch of Europe for illegal migrants.
I'll get that little piece of dandruff.